My next flight. What do you think? Pretty good. Pretty good.
Today, we're taking you behind the Iron Curtain of one of the world's most secretive nations. We're exploring the life of Kim Jong Un. Not the propaganda version you see on state television, but the shocking reality of wealth, power, and luxury that exists while millions of his people struggle to survive. Everyone talks about Kim Jong Un's billions, his palaces, his limousines, and his expensive habits. But what if I told you that all of this is just smoke and mirrors? When compared to his real wealth, $5 billion is like pocket change. His true assets are so valuable that they cannot be priced. Today, we're pulling back the propaganda curtain to reveal the top 10 shocking truths that will leave you speechless. Let's start counting from number 10. Number 10. The appearance of divine power. Have you ever wondered how much it costs to look like a god in a country where most people don't even have a second pair of shoes? Let's calculate this shocking reality. First, let's look at his wrists. Kim Jong Un's watch collection is worth more than $8 million. These aren't just timepieces, they're Swiss-made masterpieces worth more than what most people will earn in their entire lifetime. He's been spotted wearing luxury watches ranging from $3,000 to $60,000 each. His collection includes prestigious brands like Vacheron Constantin, Movado, and Patek Philippe. Here's the twisted part. Switzerland banned watch exports to North Korea in 2016. Yet somehow these watches still appear on his wrist. This isn't just about wealth, it's like giving the middle finger to international law. But it gets worse. His wife, Ri Sol-ju, regularly carries Dior handbags in public. One of those bags costs $1,700, more than what an average North Korean earns in an entire year. His sister, Kim Yo-jong, was spotted with a Christian Dior accessory worth $9,500 during an official visit to Russia. The message is clear to everyone. It's a slap in the face to 26 million impoverished people under his rule. And then there are his smoking habits. He smokes Saint Laurent cigarettes at $44 per pack. Think about that for a second. One pack of cigarettes he smokes in a day costs more than what an average North Korean family lives on for a month. This wardrobe, these accessories, these watches, they're not about fashion. They're psychological warfare. Every designer item is a reminder to 26 million people of who they are and who he is. And that's why this display of wealth is just the beginning of our countdown. Number 9. A feast fit for emperors. Are you still with me? Let me know in the comments. What good are expensive watches if you're hungry? Of course, I'm not talking about his stomach. While millions of North Koreans survive on meager rice rations, Kim Jong Un enjoys delicacies that would embarrass Roman emperors. This isn't just about eating well, it's about consuming products that are almost entirely state secrets. His chefs aren't just cooks, they're smugglers who illegally import the world's rarest and most expensive flavors. We're talking about Italian prosciutto, Danish pork, Iranian black caviar, and Kobe beef from Japan. But his biggest obsession is Swiss cheese. He developed this passion while studying in Switzerland as a child. In 2006, it was reported that he spent $67,000 on specialty cheeses from Italy alone. But wait, it gets even more ridiculous. According to reports, he once paid $59,000 for imported chewing gum. Chewing gum! This is more money than most North Korean families will see in 5 years, and he chews it up and spits it out. His drinking habits are equally insane. In 2015, he imported $1 million worth of coffee from Brazil. He bought $155,000 worth of whiskey from Germany, Denmark, and Georgia. He spent $108,000 on vodka from Russia and former Soviet countries. From Italy, Bulgaria, and Macedonia, he purchased $219,000 worth of wine and champagne. Can you comprehend this? Every bite of Swiss cheese, every sip of $1,000 whiskey is like a slap in the face to starving children in his own country. The money he spends on one bottle of premium liquor could feed a North Korean family for months. But instead, no matter how hungry people are in the world, he satisfies his own tastes while ignoring their suffering. Number 8. Entertainment Empire of Darkness. There's a huge difference between this lifestyle and the reality of his people, showing how far removed he is from human suffering. But now, let's move to something that reveals his true mentality. While his father was obsessed with movies, Kim Jong Un has turned this obsession into something much darker. He's not content with just watching films. For him, these movies have become a real lifestyle while he denies the same opportunity to his people. His personal residence houses a special cinema for 1,000 people. In his private collection, there are more than 26,000 Hollywood DVDs, from record-breaking movies to Italian and Japanese films. Here's the bitter irony. For any ordinary North Korean citizen, watching even one of these movies could result in imprisonment or the death penalty. While he enjoys Western culture, he leaves his people in complete darkness, isolated from the world. But movies are just the beginning. His love for basketball, which started during his school years in Switzerland, led him to build special basketball courts in multiple residences. Remember the famous visits of Dennis Rodman? These weren't just celebrity meetings. These visits were massive propaganda operations designed to show his people and the world that even American stars came to pay respect to him. When basketball gets boring, he turns to skiing. He ordered the construction of world-class ski resorts like Masakryong, spending millions of dollars on construction and maintenance. However, 99.9% of the country's population has never seen skis and doesn't even know what they're for. These ski resorts are his personal playgrounds and modern propaganda photography sets to portray him as an athletic leader. His obsession with horses is equally extravagant. He spent $75,000 importing 12 wild horses from Russia, the same horses featured in his controversial white horse propaganda photos. Each of these horses cost $23,400. Between 2011 and 2023, he imported approximately 138 horses, spending more than $584,000 on them. Reports suggest that 20% of the state budget was spent on building and maintaining facilities for these horses, while his people struggle to find basic food. Number 7. The Paranoid Escape Machine. If you've watched this far, it makes us happy to see that you're enjoying the video. And if this video made you say, "Wow," please support us by sharing it with your friends. Thank you, amazing viewers. Even in Kim Jong Un's paradise, he sometimes needs to escape. And how he travels reveals his deepest fears, bringing us to number 7 on our countdown. His armored train isn't just transportation, it's a 21-car mobile fortress with reinforced walls, bulletproof windows, and weapon systems. It even has a helicopter platform for emergencies. The train travels much slower than normal trains, only 37 miles per hour, because speed doesn't matter when safety is everything. Every journey becomes a military operation. Hundreds of security officers escort the train. In the sky, Mi-17 helicopters and Air Force planes provide protection. The entire railway system shuts down for his passage. When he went to meet Vladimir Putin in Russia, the 300-mile journey took almost 20 hours. They had to change the train's wheels at the border because the railway gauges were different. But there's something much darker on this train, what they call the Pleasure Squad. These women, selected from different regions of the country based on their appearance, are trained to host and entertain. In 2016 alone, this group spent $3.8 million on lingerie. This train isn't just transportation, it's a mobile throne room where he indulges in the worst excesses while traveling between his various palaces. This train represents everything wrong with his regime. It symbolizes the fear he has of his own people and his absolute power over their lives. Number 6. Wings of Fear. When he doesn't feel safe on the ground, there's always the sky. Kim Jong Un's air fleet rivals many commercial airlines in size, but this reveals a much darker truth than wealth. He's a man constantly planning his escape. His flagship aircraft, the IL-62M, nicknamed Shame-1, has been completely renovated with white leather seats, rosewood tables, crystal chandeliers, and the latest security systems. This jet has a range of 10,000 kilometers, meaning it can reach anywhere in the world, though it rarely leaves China or Russia. He also has a Ukrainian-made An-148 with special luxury interiors for shorter distances. The costs are staggering. Experts estimate that maintaining these two presidential aircraft alone costs about $1.5 million per year. Here's the crazy part. Since coming to power in 2011, he's only made 9 international trips. This means each trip costs approximately $330,000, and that's just aircraft maintenance, excluding fuel, security, and other expenses. But the point isn't travel, the point is having options. To make it easy to board his planes, he ordered 5 special runways built next to his palaces. One of them, about 500 meters long, is located right next to his residence in Wonsan. This setup allows him to move quickly and secretly between safe hiding places without using civilian airports. This air fleet isn't for travel, it's for evacuation. It's his personal plan B, the ability to escape instantly if his regime collapses. Number 5. Maritime Kingdom of Excess. When things on land and in the air aren't enough, there's always the sea. And here, Kim Jong Un has created a kingdom of maritime excess that knows no bounds. The crown jewel of his naval fleet is the 29-meter-long Princess, worth between $7 and $8 million. This isn't just a boat, it's a floating palace with 3 decks, multiple cabins, dining areas, and entertainment complexes. But satellite images reveal this is just the flagship of an entire fleet. At his Wonsan residence, there's a completely private fleet, at least 4 luxury vessels, each 50 to 80 meters long. The biggest one is a massive 80-meter giant with a 4-lane Olympic swimming pool and 4 curved water slides. Basically, a floating water park for one person. Millions of his people have never seen a swimming pool, yet he has multiple floating ones. Additionally, there's a specially designed 60-meter party boat with pools and every luxury amenity imaginable. But the ultimate expression of his maritime madness is his own private island. Former NBA star Dennis Rodman described visiting this private resort as resembling Hawaii or Ibiza. But with one difference. Kim Jong Un is the only permanent resident. There's a football field, basketball court, multiple swimming pools, party boats, and a small water park. It's a billionaire's playground where Kim can entertain only his chosen guests, isolated from the outside world and, more importantly, from his people's suffering. Number 4. Palaces of Paranoia. Therefore, any kingdom must have a center on land, bringing us to number 4. Here, the assets become truly enormous, representing the physical foundations of his oppressive empire. Kim Jong Un has at least 17 palaces and luxury residences scattered across North Korea, but calling them residences diminishes their true scale. These are monuments to unlimited power, built with the blood and sweat of forced laborers. His main residence in Pyongyang, Ryongseong, incredibly covers 12 square kilometers. That's larger than many small countries. Compared to this complex, the White House looks like a modest cottage. This isn't just a house. It was designed to house a human god. The complex includes an Olympic-sized swimming pool, massive water slides, multiple dining rooms that can accommodate hundreds, a professional racing track, shooting ranges, its own racetrack, horse stables, and even special playgrounds. But the most remarkable feature is the security system, revealing the paranoid mind of someone who knows his wealth is built on oppression and fear. The entire complex is surrounded by electric fences, minefields, and multiple security checkpoints. Underground tunnels connect it to other locations in Pyongyang. It has its own private underground train station and a war command center with bulletproof concrete walls that can withstand nuclear attacks. This isn't just luxury. It's a fortress built by someone in constant fear of his own people. Number 3. The politics of luxury chains. How do you prevent a powerful military and political elite from overthrowing you? You could use fear and coercion, but Kim Jong Un uses something more effective and insidious. He uses luxury as chains to bind elites to his regime. Through what experts call gift politics, this isn't simple bribery. It's a complex system that turns potential enemies into willing accomplices. Kim distributes expensive gifts to ensure political control. Military officials receive Swiss watches worth tens of thousands of dollars. Party elites get designer bags, luxury cars, and even apartments. This reward system serves multiple sinister purposes. First, it ensures the loyalty of powerful people who could threaten his administration. A general wearing a gifted Rolex thinks twice before joining any conspiracy. Second, it clearly demonstrates the consequences of disobedience. The same officials who receive luxury cars understand exactly what happens to those who fall from favor. This creates a form of complicity that perpetuates the oppressive system with stolen wealth. Every gift is an invisible chain keeping the elite tied to his throne. This isn't just about buying their silence, it's about making them active participants in sustaining the regime. They become beneficiaries of the same system that crushes millions. Number 2. Office 39, the Shadow Empire. Where does the money come from for all these gifts? We've nearly reached the peak of our countdown. In second place is not just an organization, it's the dark engine that powers the entire empire. If you think some of his wealth comes from North Korea's natural resources or legal government activities, you're completely wrong. These represent only a small fraction of his real income. The true foundation of his financial power is a secret state office known as Office 39. This isn't just a bureaucratic office. It's the world's most profitable criminal organization. This shadow group, disguised as a state office, engages in cybercrime, arms trafficking, drug smuggling, counterfeiting, human trafficking, and global money laundering. North Korea's state-sponsored hacker groups have become a nightmare for financial institutions worldwide. These digital pirates have stolen billions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency that flows directly into his personal accounts. The regime's international arms trade is also extremely profitable. According to recent reports, North Korea has sold billions of dollars worth of ammunition and weapons to Russia. Office 39 operates globally, establishing networks in hundreds of companies, operating everything from restaurants to seafood exports. But their real purpose is money laundering and embezzlement. Number 1. The ultimate asset. From luxury watches to criminal enterprises, from floating palaces to underground bunkers, we've seen everything. We've witnessed extremism, paranoia, cruelty, and barbarity. But all of these are just symptoms, accessories to the main event. At the top of our list isn't an object, organization, or even a specific amount of money. It's the most valuable, unparalleled, and terrifying asset that no person in history has ever owned: Kim Jong Un doesn't just rule North Korea, he owns North Korea. This isn't a metaphor or political rhetoric. Other dictators control their countries, kings own their lands, billionaires rule companies. But Kim Jong Un owns North Korea like a plantation owner owns his slaves. Every resource, every factory, every gram of gold, every human being from birth to death legally and practically belongs to him. Think about the scale of this ownership. The entire GDP of the country is effectively his personal income. 26 million people are his personal workforce. His personal wealth of $5 billion represents more than 12% of North Korea's total GDP. To understand this better, imagine if one person in the USA controlled $2.5 trillion. This is a level of wealth accumulation and personal ownership that doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. Kim Jong Un didn't inherit a country. He inherited the largest human plantation in modern history. Every individual is his property from birth to death. Their labor, resources, and lives belong to him. This is his real capital. This level of ownership isn't just about wealth. It's about having godlike power over millions of people. He can decide who lives, who dies, who eats, and who starves. Any resource, any person, any property can be taken without question. What we've revealed today isn't just about expensive watches and luxury cars. We've unveiled a control system that represents the darkest extreme of human power. From his $8 million watch collection to his billion-dollar criminal empire, every asset serves a single purpose: maintaining absolute control over an entire nation as his personal property. Thank you for watching 3-Dot Discovery. If you enjoyed uncovering these shocking secrets, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more mind-blowing discoveries from around the world. What surprised you the most about Kim Jong Un's hidden empire? Let us know in the comments below.